Welcome to another edition of Friday at 420. I'm Mike Neighbors, your host for the next 40 minutes as we try our darndest to entertain you. We've got a great panel of local comics, and we are going to have a little bit of fun here with a game we call Friday at 420. But first, let's introduce our panel as usual, Mr. Patrick Capolino.
Buongiorno.
Take it easy, my friend. Manolo Santanos. Ticanis.
I'm going to start taking easy.
Take an E. What does Ticanis means again? It's Greek for...
like hello. I think it's like hello, how are you or something like that.
So it's like a little more than just hello.
Ticanis, how are you?
How are you?
How are you?
Excellent.
And then you usually go kala, which is good.
Pina colada. Really good.
Poli. How do you know poli?
Pina colada. I thought you said pina colada.
Oh, poli colada. Okay. Actually, poli means a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, poli. I thought you knew a word.
Hey, Ticanese, pina colada. Yeah, okay.
There you go.
There we go. Joining us for a second time, and we don't have many who want to come back, but we are glad that he has our special guest comic in the house, Chris Adoranti.
Hello.
Hello. How are you, Chris?
I'm well. Yourself?
Excellent. Thanks for using the English language. We appreciate that.
You're welcome.
That's fantastic. A great way to start the show. You guys all know how this game is played, but for maybe a first-timer in the audience listening in their car thinking, what the hell is this? Well, it's a game we call Friday at 420. We've got 12 envelopes with 12 random topics. The comics have not seen the topics. Now, normally we would spin the random wheel of topics to decide which topic we were going to get, but unfortunately the wheel was broken. So we've dragged in the Plinko board. We have a Plinko. Look at it. It's like a professionally made Plinko board.
That's great.
Do you know where Plinko comes from?
Price is Right?
Right, that's right.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Oh, I'm right.
Yeah.
Okay.
You win.
I win the Plinko board.
You won.
Come on down.
So we are going to use the Plinko board to decide our random topics. Our guest gets to go first.
All
Chris
right.
Adoranti, local stand-up comic. Boom. Guy behind us show every second Thursday at the Honest Lawyer on the Mountain. Chris Adoranti puts together a comedy show. You can go check it out. Now, Chris, that's a double number, so you get to choose 2 or 9.
2.
You're going to go with number 2. Topic number 2 to kick off this edition of Friday at 420. Oh, very excited about this. Now, as everybody in the room, I don't know, right now you are doing radio. Have you all had a chance to do TV or video? You've all done that in the past, right? Which do you... Now, Chris is like, nah.
Nope.
So the question I have for you, Chris, to begin with is... which is more fun to do, TV or radio?
Radio, hands down.
Just why would that be? Just the a little bit of freedom, not the your cues, your marks, staring in the camera awkwardly.
I think it's just the way I look. Like it's radio's just a lot better for me.
I sound way better than I look.
If this was a TV station, I definitely wouldn't be back for the second time. I'm sure you guys wouldn't have me. But
Manolis, what do you think? TV or radio?
I like
or video or radio. It doesn't necessarily have to be TV, but I'm just saying video camera on you or just being able to speak freely into a microphone.
I like taping a good set and putting online or being on TV. That's fun, but radio is like this is basically a podcast. It's awesome. It's like free thinking. Say whatever you want. It's perfect.
Right. There's no preset lines. There's no even our timelines are kind of what we just go as long as we can go.
There's something I don't know what it is, but there's actually just something really magical about radio.
It's just the voice, man.
You got the job, Manolis. Don't worry. Relax.
Patrick, you spent a lot of time. You do a lot of video editing. What do you think?
Yeah, I spend a lot of time behind the camera.
Yeah, video versus radio.
For me, I do prefer this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I get weird when there's a camera on me, yeah.
Okay. You guys, would all you three guys be extroverts or introverts?
What's that word mean?
I'm an introvert, 100%.
You're a 100% introvert, which seems like it goes against the idea of being a stand-up comic.
Yeah, which is weird.
But I bet you there's a lot of them.
I'm more comfortable on stage. Yeah, I think that's the case for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I could be on stage in front of 200 to 2,000 people and feel fine. Even this is worse for me.
This is just 4 guys in a room.
One-on-one with someone I don't really know is the worst.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm actually the other way, though. I am kind of really I'm more extroverted.
You're a pure extrovert.
Yeah, I'll talk with people I don't know. Like I'll start conversations, and I'm sure it's annoying sometimes to other people, but yeah.
Well, and Manolis is still looking for a definition of the word.
I think I know what it is now. I know what it is.
What are you, Manolis?
I'm the same as him. I'm
you an extrovert?
I'm a outervert.
Outervert.
It's extra.
Yeah.
I'm an extrovert. Is that the
Extrovert.
so? There's extra to me.
Extra.
That's
You're a
verting
little
out.
extra. Yeah. Although you have a real introverted. Does he not? I mean, Patrick, you know him better than the rest of us in this room.
No, he's the type of, like, when we started hanging out, I got excited, like, to have him around certain situations because I know he'll do the talking.
Oh, because he just bursts. Yeah. And you will. You'll talk to anybody.
I will talk to anybody, and I'm really good at dealing with chaos. If if things go crazy, I don't know. I'm used to crazy.
Every story you've told on this show is chaos that didn't go well.
Well,
I'm dealing with it.
I'm here. I'm alive.
I'm here and
Can't
alive.
be that bad.
All right. Well, I'm glad you guys all find radio more fun than TV because there are cameras in the corners right now.
What?
You're all no. It is a radio show. It's Friday at 4:20, and we're going to drop another Plinko ball into the. Well, it's actually a disc. Manolis, yeah, go. Yeah, okay. You don't have to wait to be invited, buddy. All right. Drop. Here we go. He missed the Plinko board entirely. How is that possible?
I'll pick 8.
8 or 12? And number 8. All right, here we go. Number 8. All right. Thank you for picking that up, Chris. Chris is cleaning up after Manolis already. Best place you ever visited? That can be a country. It could be your grandma's place. It could be best place you ever visited.
There's a island in Greece called Santorini. It's pretty awesome, and it's known for our sunsets. And so when the sun sets, there's usually like so many people on one side of the island watching it. It's probably
Does the island start to tip?
Yeah, exactly.
All the people are at one side.
That's what I thought, and then I asked someone. But it's probably.
But that was the most magical place you've ever visited.
Yeah, it's like it's
Have
heaven
you been
on
to
earth.
Disney World?
No, I have not.
Well, until you go there, that is the happiest place on earth.
Is it actually cool? Have you been?
It's the best.
Is it bad? Is it
You
amazing?
would actually love it. Like all the princesses walking around.
That's right.
All the Disney princesses.
If I was on mushrooms, could I handle
Oh my
it?
God!
too
I would
much?
love to go there with you on mushrooms.
Right over the top, brother. As far as I'm concerned, it was the happiest place on earth I've ever been.
Really?
It's cool. It's just overwhelmingly cool. So,
Yeah.
and if you're a kid, even more so, I guess. I was an adult when I went, but even for an adult, now I'm
Really?
kind of a big kid at heart, so
Okay.
I got into it. Best place you've ever visited, Patrick Capolino.
Well, I've been to Disney World.
I didn't rate on
But
your list.
I was really young, so I don't
Okay.
even know if I think I've shared this before on here. I don't know. My fondest memory of Disney World was our last day there. We had a pool in our hotel, and we couldn't go swimming because someone took a poop in it. And that's the only thing I remember about Disneyland.
That's what I remember.
was that someone took a dump in our pool.
Sounds like a scene at a Caddyshack, like when Bill
Yeah.
Murray's squeezing.
How old would you have been?
Like 6 or 7.
6 or 7. I could see why that would be a lasting memory.
Yeah,
That would be.
I have vague memories of having
Yes.
fun, and mostly that.
Yeah, your folks just wrote this huge check to take you to Disney World, and that's what you come back with. There was a poop in the pool.
Yeah, but
That was it?
no, I would say the nicest place I've ever been. I had the opportunity to go to New Zealand a couple years ago, and I would definitely go back there.
Yes.
It was really nice because it's weird because you'd be like in Auckland, which is there like Toronto, right?
Yeah.
You drive for like less than an hour, you're in Lord of the Rings. It's crazy.
It is crazy, eh? And not it's not an overly large place.
No, it's like 4 million total.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
why did you go there? Were you in Lord of the Rings?
I was there with no. I got to go with Tom Green for the New Zealand Comedy Festival.
Oh, nice. What was the New Zealand Comedy Festival like?
It was awesome. It was really cool. It was just the same atmosphere as like just for laughs or something.
like
but,
most comedy festivals?
Yeah.
New Zealand
but,
people have a different sense of humor? Or is it like an Aussie sense of humor? Or
I'd say closest to Canadian.
Oh,
Like,
really?
even as people,
Okay.
they identify as Canadian. more than
Well,
American.
Kind of a friendly version of
Yeah.
Australians.
Like
or
they
something?
say they'd rather be Canadians. But
You know what? Very right. I mean, geographically speaking, very similar situation where New Zealand's sort of overwhelmed by the size of Australia and the number of people in Australia. Much like us, right? Growing up right next to the United States, it's just so overwhelming that we had to create our own little identity ourselves. And a very similar.
And I remember
situation.
I got weird looks when they found out I was from Hamilton because the Hamilton, New Zealand, apparently is the syphilis capital of the country. So they make fun of people from Hamilton there.
Just like here.
Yeah, just like here. I felt at home.
That is fantastic.
Cool.
Learn something new every day on Friday at 4:20. Chris Adoranti, your favorite place you ever visited?
Oh man, my favorite place in the world to go is Chicago. Like, it's the coolest city. I just always have like such an awesome time there.
How come you go to Chicago?
I started going there just because like I'm a big Chicago Bears fan, whatever, right? So
Okay.
I wanted to go there to catch like some football games.
Da
so I
Bears,
went there,
yeah.
Da Bears, and that's how I became a Bears fan. But from that
SNL
skit, it was. I swear to God. But that's. But I think honestly, the most fun place I ever had is we went to Mexico once. There was literally I think about 50 of us that went like for a wedding, right?
Oh wow!
And we went to Mexico. That was just
It was insane.
That's where I met Star.
Debauchery. That's where you met Star.
Don't you bring it up?
But no, we went like they had like went like on these off excursions off the resort, right? You'd go like cave diving and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we thought we got picked up by like these pirates though. I swear to God, they were like pirates trying to like extort money out of us. Did I ever tell you that story?
Yeah, I actually do know the story. You have told me.
We went and we were down at like the dock waiting to get picked up from. Like, they took us on like this. They're taking us diving, right, for everyone that came to their wedding. And we're sitting down on the beach waiting for this boat to come. And then there's this old dude that's just like drinking by this shack. And he's sitting on a chair and he's like, "Come here." And he's like motioning. I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Are you going on that boat?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You're not coming back from that boat." I'm like, "What do you mean, man?" I'm like, I thought he was kidding. He's like, "No, seriously, don't get on that boat. You won't come back."
But you didn't? Did you get on it?
Yeah, I did.
I
I
just
went with all my
ignored the old
friends.
man.
I did. I was like, "This guy's nuts." But we were on the boat and we were out after on the way back. We were like 4 hours away from land still, and we're all hammered, right? And the guys there that running the place were like, "Oh, looks like we're running out of gas. We need another $2,000. We're like, "Where's there the gas station out here in the middle of the water, right?"
It was a play.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we had to all give him money, and then he drove us back to land.
That was your favorite place.
That was my favorite place.
Awesome, man. You just stay by your phone. There'll be people calling who want money.
Yeah.
And then your home can be your favorite place.
Perfect.
That is, you got to be careful doing some of those water things. But where in Mexico were you?
Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta. All right. Well, keep an eye out if you're going to Puerto Vallarta for the pirates
Yeah.
who invite you on their boat.
They're real, man.
Matey.
They are.
Manolis, you already Plinko. Patrick Coppolino, It's time to play Plinko. Friday at 4:20, Manolis Antanos, Patrick Coppolino, and Chris Adoranti, our special guest comic. Remember to get out and support local comedy. That is what we're doing with this show. Number three. Watch that Plinko disc fall. All right. This one is going to be, you're going to have to relay a story that has been relayed to you for this particular topic, because I want to know the worst thing you've done that you don't remember doing.
Oh.
Yeah, everybody's got an embarrassing next morning story. Patrick Coppolino, where do I start?
So it's a story that you got to tell that someone told you.
You obviously were blackout and something crazy happened. You did something crazy, and then you were told the next day about
you did
that.
it.
Yeah, so what's the worst thing you ever woke up to, Patrick? There's so many.
I know. There's so many things. It's like every week.
What's the first one that comes to mind? Just something that...
Well, one of the more recent things that I can recall happening was I was blackout. I remember coming to sobriety. It was like morning, and I'm like mid releasing my bowels on
oh no!
on someone's porch. I don't know where I was.
When you say that, were you taking a piss? What do you mean?
No.
Bowels.
Bowels.
He was
You're pooing.
dropping a number 2 on somebody's porch as he
What?
sort of sobered up enough to realize
in a
what
part
he
of
was
town I had never been before.
Oh, wow.
No idea how I got there, why I was there. I had someone else's wallet, keys, and phone in my pocket.
Did you get filled in? Was there a filling in that happened?
Kind of later. Just the people I was with earlier were like, dude, you were like standing in our shower with your clothes on. Like staring at the wall before you left. That's the most I got from that night. So I don't know. I have no idea what happened.
You the person whose keys and phone you had?
I returned those.
You returned those. And
I think they sent me out to get like cigarettes or something.
Okay.
That's why I had their wallet
Yeah.
and their keys so I can get back in. And then
right.
wandered off.
Here, Patrick, you take the car to go get the smokes.
No, it's the keys to get back in the house. I don't know.
And you just booked it from the porch?
No, I had to work. I went straight to work.
Oh, wow.
Straight to work.
That
I
hurts. Those mornings?
Yeah.
Going to a job and you're like, oh. Manolis is still searching his mind for, are you following the concept?
I
Okay,
think
sometime you obviously drank too much.
I drank too much, and now I do have one.
And then
now.
the next day you go, oh my God, what happened? And then somebody fills you in. What's the worst thing that you ever found out that you did well?
I was so hungover, but somehow I was still able to get to work. I had this job at a factory, and I thought I did well, but I didn't realize till afterwards. I was cleaning a supply room, and I closed my eyes and I opened them, and I realized after the fact that because I slept for like 6 hours.
So you went to work
and passed out for 6 hours.
Passed out, and that was it.
And I never came back to work on a Saturday. I was like, this is amazing. I was like, I realized it was the best thing that ever happened to me because I just didn't want to go to work on Saturdays anyways. But I can't think of anything else that crazy that's happened. Usually, I'm usually the one that tells you the story,
right?
That what you did, like with Pat,
like the story of Patrick hanging off a balcony, but you remember doing that.
Like
I remember most of that.
Yeah, so that doesn't quite fall into the.
I don't remember why I did it, but I remember doing it.
Yeah,
That's terrifying. That story.
That
is terrifying.
Thing is, I've pooed on people's front porches too.
That's not crazy. That's not crazy.
But I
wasn't even drinking.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I wasn't blackout. I remember it vividly. I just really had to go bad, and I was gonna like poo in my pants. So I just ran up to his house one time and just ran right beside right on the grass, and just it just unloaded, and then their dog came running, and it was like mad, I think, because I was marking his territory.
That's right. Now he's upset with you.
Yeah. Did you kick the grass back behind you when you were done?
Yeah, I did that.
A little bit of that.
Aren't you supposed
Of course
to?
I did. I'm not an animal.
I wiped my bum on the grass. I've used leaves. Have you done that? And then I've done this. You ever just there's no toilet paper, so you just use the sock? You use your one sock, so you go the rest of the day with one sock.
No, you know what? That's a better idea. I've used underwear before.
Yeah.
Underwear.
Yeah, I've used my underwear.
Yeah.
Well, since it's already on and everything.
And it's already dirty.
It's already there.
Like used underwear, you just put them back on.
I just turn them inside out.
Turn them inside out.
You gotta use both socks because it just feels weird having one sock on all day.
Yeah. No, I can understand that.
And you just constantly reminded why.
Yeah,
You just got to do it again somewhere else later that day so you can use the other one.
Just turn the sock inside out. Chris Adoranti. Worst thing you ever woke up to find out that you had done.
For sure. Actually, this is weird because it's tied into the last story I told Mexico. But the first day we went to when we first got to Mexico, we were so just like keyed up to like start drinking and partying. Right, we were just drinking boxes of beer on the way from the airport to the hotel. Right, like they pick you up in this bus and there's just cases of beer. We're all just boozing on the whole way there. And by the time I get to the hotel, I'm blackout in like the middle of the day. There's like 2 p.m.
Because you'd been up early, right, to catch the flight.
Right.
And so, yeah,
And
it all catches up with you pretty quickly.
Right. It's like, the sun doesn't care what time of day it is if you're hammered, right? So I went and they found me. I hadn't even checked into my room yet, but they found me in front of like those little cabana washrooms out on the beach, right? Like they have like washrooms set up. Yeah. And I was passed out in front of the washrooms with like a big stain on my pants. Like, I guess I peed myself, right? And passed out. And like you see but someone took a picture of it. I'll show you a picture. But they took a picture and behind it you see like the washroom doors. Like I couldn't even
you were
make it.
right there.
Right there. I was like 4 feet away from the water. I couldn't make
close.
it. Yeah.
What a great way to kick off a wedding vacation in Mexico.
Exactly, yeah. Like everyone, the grandparents were there. And
hasn't
everything.
even checked in yet. He's already
didn't even have my room key.
blackout at the washroom.
Great.
That picture's become like infamous for me since then.
You should use that on the poster for the shows coming up. Yes, every second Thursday at the Honest Lawyer on the Mountain. Chris Adoranti has a comedy show he puts on. I think Manolis has played there. Chris, you're up next. Plinko, my friend. Plinko. We're playing Plinko because our wheel is broken. This is Friday at 4:20.
Can we
on
keep
your
the
second
Plinko?
favorite radio? Do you like the Plinko better? Yeah,
it's more fun.
I think I like it better.
All right. Well, yeah, we can keep the Plinko. Which 11 or 6? Which one do you want?
11.
You're gonna go with 11. All right. Here we go. Topic number 11. Favorite chewing gum?
Favorite chewing gum?
Yeah.
Well, that's a good question.
Yeah. Do you chew gum?
I do.
Okay.
I don't really love the minty gum, so I like juicy fruit. Juicy fruit's my favorite kind of gum, I think.
Fruit.
Yeah, it's gonna move you.
That's a good choice, man. It's gonna move you. Yeah, it is.
That's a good one.
That's
I don't really
good
like
one,
minty.
yeah.
I don't like minty
Do
gums.
you chew gum there, Manolis?
Sometimes I don't last. Gum doesn't last long with me. After as soon as I lose a taste, I want to spit it out because
That's how gum works.
But like
It's for everybody, man. We're all like that's why we go through it so
chew it
much.
forever.
don't a lot of people like try to make it last and like chew forever? I can't. As soon as the flavor's gone, I'm done. I start to gag.
How do you make the gum last? You just like chew softer.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't swallow.
Bubblicious, man.
Bubblicious.
Bubblicious is but I was always fascinated by was it double? Was that one with the
Double
green-
bubble?
double something? Double whatever.
Double bubble.
Double the twins.
Whatever, yeah,
Double
the twins. They were
Double
like-
mint.
Yeah,
Double mint twins. Yeah.
Yeah, every commercial was like there was always
it's cute twins. Yeah.
for years. All through the 80s. And I'm like, why? I'm like, why?
The Doublemint twins. That's what they were called.
But I don't have a twin. So why is this? How does this relate to me? Like I just didn't understand.
But they were just hot.
Well, yeah, but there was dudes too, man.
Oh, okay.
It didn't matter. Like
Well, I wasn't looking at that.
I'm not
but,
chewing
whatever.
gum. I don't care how hot you are. That's not going to make me buy gum.
Really?
Not gum.
Bubblicious, favorite flavor? Just the bubblegum flavor, or was there a flavor? Watermelon?
Those,
Did you like the
water? The standard. I think it was standard one. That was. But what was it? Watermelon in there.
Standard would have been the regular Bubblicious. Would have been bubblegum.
There, what was in the middle? There was like what? There was.
Oh.
There was I bought it when I was a kid. I was in the 80s, man. I remember.
Well, that was the one the square that had the juice in it.
Yeah.
Was that Bubblicious?
Yeah. There was there was some fluid in the middle, man.
Yes, there was. I know. Yeah.
Wait, is
but
this when you mowed your neighbor's lawn?
Yeah, that's when I used to mow my neighbor's lawn. My brother used to buy me gum too. It was just funny. It was like I was like, where are you getting all this money? He's like, oh, my friend's giving it to me. So after 2 weeks, I realized he was stealing my money. I had $10 worth of change.
But he would buy you gum with it?
He'd buy me gum. We'd go to the rice store. He'd buy me Bubblicious or like a slice of pizza. I'm like, and some chocolate or whatever. I'm like, my brother's the best. And I'm like, all of a sudden I go, Pete, have you been stealing my money? He goes, yeah. I'm like, you're stealing my money. He goes, well, I buy you stuff. I'm like, yeah, with my money. You bought me stuff with my money. Who are you? It's like, what?
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
it was
that's very
$10.
cool.
This would have been 1982. It's like $10. It's like 50,000 now.
That's right. You take into account inflation.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure, we would. So Bubblicious.
Bubblicious.
And they were the big ones, right? Where your whole cheek was full of...
It was almost like a job.
It was a job getting through one of those. Patrick Coppolino?
There was two I remember when I was a kid. Do you remember ABC gum? It's already been chewed gum.
Chewed, yes.
But it came in these little containers that looked like little blue dumpsters.
Oh, so they actually sold an already... Because you used to say, what's that?
I thought you were just
it looks like it was formed like it had been
like
chewed
somebody
already.
had chewed it already.
It's
kind of a cool idea.
Yeah, it was like a gimmick for kids. But I remember the one with the tape. Remember the tape one?
I was thinking that.
It's like a roll of tape of gum.
Oh,
and you just cut it off.
yes.
But there was always that one kid who would take the whole roll out.
Oh, yeah.
Take the money out of it.
That's like when they came up with the Big League Chew. Yeah. And it was like a pouch, right, with the shredded gum in it or whatever. And then one kid would put the whole wad and that was Manolis. Yeah. All right, so I'm surprised you didn't say Big League Chew Manolis. Whose turn is it to Plinko on this lovely Friday?
Is it my turn?
All right, we're losing track now.
I need to say hi to someone, a fan that's listening to the show. Can you read this name?
Oh, my Lord. Yes, absolutely. Here we go. Don Carrar. That's not an easy. That's not an easy one to say. Don Carrar. Is he a fan of the show?
Yeah, he's a fan of the show.
Friday at 420. Don, thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, he listens on the way home from work. He goes to my gym, and he's been telling me he's been listening every week. And so I'm like, oh, thanks, dude. So I said I'll give him a shout out.
Shout out to Don Carrar.
And thanks to the dude that someone came to see me at Yuck X that listens to the show.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah. So I don't know his name, but he came with his girlfriend, and he heard the episode.
There's another guy there on Wednesday that listens.
Yeah,
but he's by himself.
But this guy came with.
My favorite part is watching you guys who are surprised that people can actually hear what we're saying. That's how radio works.
I know. And he came. He was like, he thought it was. He was like referencing the story with Josh talking about how someone tried to kill himself in L.A. And I remember thinking, like, I can't believe you just told that story. And then this guy that came to the show goes, "That was hilarious, man." I'm like, really?
He loved that story.
He loved that story. I'm like, cool, man. And thanks for. And he's like, he came with his. So thanks, dude, for coming. I wish I didn't. Wish you knew your name.
Well, you know what? You calling somebody dude is like brother. It's like love, right? It's a very endearing word for you.
Yeah,
when you call someone dude. So,
it is.
Thanks, dude, for listening.
Thanks.
We'll all share in that. And by the way, that's the whole point of what we're doing here is to spread the word and the love about stand-up comedy in our community. We have an awesome stand-up comedy community that we feature on the show, and then you guys put on all kinds of shows, and some of them are open mic nights and all over the place. And we just want people to go out and support local comedy because the more time these guys get on stage, the better they get, and then the bigger the stars they're going to become, except for Manolis and Patrick. So, Chris, it's all riding on you. What number did we get, boys?
We'll go 10. Did we do 10? It's 4.
Have we done 10? Have we done? I got to look through my official Bell Media envelopes. 10. I got 10. Here we go.
Okay.
Uh-oh, I lost an envelope.
Thanks for letting me do that shout out, dude.
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. Shout out to anybody who listens. To everybody listening right now, shout out to you.
Shout out to my mom.
Hey, yeah, Chris's mom.
Hey, Mom.
Something lots of people love that you just don't get.
Math.
You know what I mean? Like there's something like everybody like, oh my God, why does everybody love that? Like it just blows my mind that everybody loves.
What's her name? The only thing that pops in my head quickly right now is Celine Dion.
Everybody loves Celine
Dion?
No, but why is she so? You just don't get why she is so. I mean, she's huge. She's
huge. Like,
massive around the world.
Yeah, like she does a concert and everybody goes.
Yeah,
by choice. People are buying tickets. Like they're not made to go.
You're lost on Celine Dion. That one blows you away.
Blows my mind.
Right.
I was at a record store one time and this girl picked the Celine Dion CD. And she just looked at me for some stupid reason at that moment, and I go like this. I was so mean that I did this, but I go, "Don't do it."
Don't do it. Manolis is hanging out in the record store, convincing people not to buy Celine Dion discs.
So Celine Dion would be my. You know what?
I'm a little bit with you on that one. I don't like. She's a beautiful voice. She obviously has a beautiful voice, but I just I don't get the adoration.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could say that about a lot of singers, right?
Right.
There's a lot of singers that are popular.
Exactly.
That you just kind of Patrick. What is something everybody loves, and you just go, I just don't get it.
I don't know. There's lots of
lots of things.
There's a lot of that. A lot of Canadian television shows that get 9 seasons. I shouldn't mention.
Just keep going and going
and like I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of like fantasy stuff. So like when things like Game of Thrones explode or like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, I never got into that.
You
stuff.
don't like the
same.
No, well, you were like a comic book nerd guy, weren't you?
No, not really.
No, not comic books.
I was a
you were
nerd. I was a computer nerd.
Oh, so electronics nerd.
See, I like the farthest I'll go with sci-fi and stuff is like War of the Worlds, where it's like could happen.
Okay, yeah.
But like dragons and wizards, I can't get into any of that stuff.
Couldn't happen?
Couldn't happen.
Okay. Yeah, well, I get what you're saying.
What was that movie with when the girls, like it's all like about the guys like being submissive to the girl? What's that?
Oh, the 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah. I'm like all in my head is like
you're not a woman.
Yeah, but they get porn too, don't they? Like
that is
porn's free. Like
I like it just because the girls like it, though.
It was, it was a romantic story. It took, people off into a land they hadn't really been. It was kind of verboten, it took them to a dusky, dark place where they hadn't really thought before. And I think
but it's what's his name's daughter from is it Don Johnson?
Johnson's daughter, Dakota Johnson, yes. Yeah.
People grow up.
That was.
I grew up on
one
Dodge.
dis-
I'm not gonna go
left
watch
you
his daughter.
disturbed?
It's his daughter. It's like no. It's
Oh, now you have. What if it was Selena Gomez?
I don't know. I don't know Selena Gomez's dad.
But he knows Dakota Johnson's dad because he's seen Miami Vice.
Yeah, he was like my dad. He taught me. He taught me like to
That'd make her
you
your
know
sister.
what?
So she's your sister to you.
Yeah.
You know what was interesting is Don Johnson didn't wear any socks. Is that because he had to do number 2 earlier in the day? or-
Maybe.
Chris Adoranti, something everybody loves that you just don't get.
I'm kind of like the same. Not really into the fantasy stuff, but like video games. You know, everyone's playing like. I hear about like Fortnite, and like I have no idea anything about those games. Like I know they're huge, but
Do you so because it does present a bit of a difference of opinion here on have you tried it and not liked it, or you just have never tried it?
well, I've tried like other games. Like I remember like Call of Duty, right, and games like that.
right.
I tried them, and I think I was just not very good at it.
Right.
Like it was very frustrating to me, like constantly getting killed.
You just quit easily.
Yeah.
You suck at it. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, that's why I don't like it, because I suck at
just
it.
don't get it.
I just hate everything.
Yeah.
I was thinking, it's funny you guys all went with kind of entertainment things because when I originally came up with the topic, I was kind of thinking, it's always amazed me where people will grow up in a country with a certain food and they'll go, oh, this is like our national dish. This is what and you would think, well, it's got to taste pretty good, right? I mean, it's like their national dish. And you taste and you're like, oh my, that's like dirty feet. Like that. How is that your... And then it really is kind of an oddity, right? I mean, there's some foods I just can't go near, and I think and people are like, oh, shelf, like oysters. Oh, I've got it.
Yeah.
Oh, I could not eat an oyster if you.
I love oysters.
I hate
oysters.
oysters.
There you go. Something
Oysters.
everybody loves.
I'll eat anything.
I just don't get.
Texting also.
What?
Why people love texting? I can't.
You love texting too, but yeah, it's the same reason he hates video games. You suck at it.
Yeah. So what? Why is talking harder? Like words. I don't spell any of these words right now. I can just say them over and over. I'm like, watch this. Hello, hello, hello. I don't have to write hello 4 times.
pretty good.
Or 3 times or whatever I said.
You'd rather call people?
Yeah, I just want to talk to you, man.
Oh,
I just
yeah,
wanna talk to you, man.
I prefer texting because normally if I need to talk to somebody, it's about one thing. I just want the answer to that thing and move on.
Right.
I call you. Now we have to talk.
It depends on who, right? I mean, because there's some people you go, oh, that'll be an hour-long conversation if I call Manola, so let's just text them.
I'd rather call too, though. I'm same as Manolis in that sense. Like I'd rather talk to the person.
I get it. It takes time to talk. Like in
I
a
could
sense.
get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Like if I do talk to any of you, I'll probably be on the phone with you for at least half an hour.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe you don't have that time, but I'm saying make it.
I just keep thinking to myself that at some point, Manolis' phone, his autocorrect feature is just going to go, Uncle, I give up. I give up.
I talked to him on the phone one time, and then I don't know what relationship we were on.
You pointed at Patrick because we're on the radio.
Yeah. And sorry, I forgot I thought you said we were on cameras. And he was having some sexual relations with a girl
While I was on the phone.
while you're on the phone, and I'm like, "Are you?" I just said he couldn't believe that I figured it out. I'm like, my ears are like Spider-Man when it comes to those sounds. I've watched so much porn in my life that I'm like, that I know that sound, and how dare you?
Oh my Lord.
Like, what do you like? Like, do you think? What do you think? I'm gonna stay on the phone now? I did. I stayed on the phone.
It was, yes.
No,
It was a
hung
little
up.
dirty.
I was upset. That
Who's our last turn at Plinko? We got time for
I
one
think
more
it's
topic.
mine.
All right, Patrick, make the long walk over to the Plinko board. Chris Adoranti, our special guest comic, Patrick Capolino, Manolo Santonos, and myself, Mike Neighbors. This is Friday at 4:20, and we are winding it down quickly, getting everybody into their weekend. Number one. What a great way to get into this last topic. Number one. Into the envelope I go. Patrick Capolino. Biggest frustration in a grocery store. Biggest frustration in a grocery store. I can't have trouble saying it.
Line.
Just the lines in general. Yeah.
I've literally, at least haven't recently, I'll grab stuff and if the line's too long, I just put it down and leave.
So you're the reason I round the corner and suddenly the toilet paper is sitting there in the pop aisle and I go, how did that happen?
Yeah, it's because of people like me that just give up.
Lines. So lines drive you crazy. Do you ever get into that battle over the one to 8 items, right? I mean, I know it's a cliche comedy thing, but the 1 to 8 items.
People abuse that line,
They
too.
totally do, man.
Yeah.
And now if you have a 6-pack of pop, is that 6 items
One
or
item.
one?
That is one
That's
item.
one item.
Let's be fair.
Come on.
It's all trapped together.
It's all trapped together, so it's just one.
Yes.
Okay. Manolis, biggest frustration in a grocery store?
My dad, because I take my dad shopping, right? So it just ends up being me like rolling the cart behind him, and he just walks around and just throws that stuff in there. But he's 90 and you can't see it on the left side of his body because he's so old. But he's constantly just bumping into like he's like a pinball,
just bouncing
bouncing
off the
all
walls.
around. Like, and I'm constantly like, I'm sorry.
And he's missing everything on the left side of the aisle.
Yeah,
so.
he's like, he's just knocking over all the cookies. It's picking stuff up. It's a journey.
It is a journey, but it is very nice of you as a son to
So
go with him.
your dad is your least favorite part of the grocery store?
Yeah, because he doesn't do it. If I can't, he'll start pushing the cart, and then he'll just he'll leave the cart in the middle of a section where people can't get around it now because he just like, I got to get this. It's like, no, you got to bring the cart with you. You can't just leave it. He's like, it would be like me parking my car in the middle of the road. And I want to go
that
to
lady today.
Like today, yeah. Like on the way here, someone just put her 4-ways on.
I love that move.
Yeah, right before a highway, she couldn't. We were guessing she didn't know which one to get on, so
On
she
the
just
link.
stopped.
Oh my
Put the
God.
4-ways
And I
on like
looked.
that's okay.
So I looked in my rear view because I thought her car. She's on the phone, so she's asking something. I don't know which one to
Yeah,
take.
east or west.
East or
She
west.
just stopped.
No, you don't
lose my
just.
mind.
Yeah, you just don't. The road is not a parking lot. You can't just do that.
I would be in jail if I was with you.
They go to green. Yeah, you're at a green light, and it's like, or you're at a red light. It goes green, and the guy in front of you is just sitting there. What are you having a picnic right now? What is happening? Why is this green light so impressive to you? Why is it? You know what? I'll do the next green light. I get it. You don't like your wife. You don't want to go home. It's not my problem. We all chose the rules of the road, or if the road is for use. You know how hard it is not to swear right now?
You read a lot into that guy's story, man. And I'm just going to go out on a limb and say the worst part of grocery shopping with your dad is when he buys you a chocolate bar afterwards and then explains that he used your money to buy it. So, Chris Adoranti, biggest frustration in the grocery store?
You know when you like if you're buying like something that's kind of in bulk, like either nuts or like candy or something, you get the scoop and you put it in.
Scoop, yeah.
And you got to write down the number.
Oh, yeah.
So I didn't know you had to write down the number, right? So I would be up there and I would just guess, or I'd put something else, right? But when I was in college, then I realized this was a good trick to like get cheap.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
So
Like,
you take the cheap?
Yeah, I would buy like cashews and I would ring it in as like, beans. Right? And
they don't check. They don't know.
They don't know nothing,
know.
right?
They don't.
It's just a weight, right?
They don't care.
And then I started working with everything. So I would go get steak. I swear to God, we would get the butcher to like cut steak, and they would come and ring it through as like broccoli, and we'd get like $12 steaks for like $1.
Wow.
We'd do it in college all the time. Yeah.
That
They went out.
is-
Then they didn't. They weren't around for too long.
No. You were well fed in college.
Oh, yeah.
The only guy not eating the ramen noodles. Yeah, that's the guy with the steak. How'd you get Ford steak, man?
Yeah, we used to have cookouts and.
Chris, thank you so much for dropping in. So explain one more time. Every second Thursday of the month, you're going to be at the Honest Lawyer?
Yeah, the second Thursday of every month, we're at the Honest Lawyer at Stone Church in Upper Ottawa for it's called State Your Case Comedy, and Manolis has been on it. Patrick's going to be on it in November. A lot of good guests, a lot of cool.
Excellent. A lot of your friends come out and
Yeah.
you MC?
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Well, we look forward to that. Honest Lawyer on Upper Ottawa and
Stone Church.
Stone Church every second Thursday. You can check out Chris Adoranti, and he's also playing around the other clubs here in town as well. You guys, always, you never know where we're going to see you.
Yep.
Go Yuck Yourself still going on?
Yeah, every Wednesday.
Every Wednesday at Yuck Yucks. Patrick MCs that, and Manolis doesn't have a regular gig.
He's
All right.
Just hug me if you see me.
Just don't stop and put your 4-ways on. Please, for the love of God, don't do that. Guys, it's been a blast as usual. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you to everybody for listening, and we'll be back in 7 days with another edition of Friday at 4:20. Until we get to that on Funny 820, I want to remind you to have an awesome weekend.